Welcome to downtown Dallas, home of the Texas Twisters, as they're going to be hosting the second of a three-game set against the Minnesota Northern Lights. The Twisters looking for their 17th win on the year. The Northern Lights looking for their 12th. Twisters took game one of the series 6-3 yesterday. Who will take game two? First pitch next. Stick around. Testing. So here we go. Twisters, Northern Lights, a bit of a late start, but 40-minute late start. So we're getting underway. Took a while. Hello and welcome to Seal Stadium. The Texas Twisters hosting the Minnesota Northern Lights for the second of a three-game set. Jack Elliott hitting .375 over the last 9 games. Taking a look at his stats, 32 at-bats in the last 9 games out of 32. 11 runs, 4 homers, 7 RBIs, .375 batting average, 1240 OPS. First pitch, Twisters Northern Lights, next. Stick around. Bryce Miller taking the mound for the Texas Twisters here on a Monday night. He's started 5 games already this year. 4-1 record, so a solid record at 1.5 ERA. That is a very solid. It's under nothing but greatness. And Jazz Chisholm leading off, the top star on this Northern Lights ball club. Strike one and we're underway. Top fly, down the right field line, and there's the catch out number 1. So yeah, they got Mike Talkman, Jazz Chisholm, Kyle Schwarber leading off this ball club. They're leading this ball club offensively. Here's Garrett Hanson, the shortstop. 1 homer so far this year. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
No ball, 1 strike. 1-1. Right shoot.
1-2. Got him there. So Texas, I mean, with the Rangers, they won the World Series and then they've kind of fell apart. They're just not the same. Pop up first base side, and use under it to make the catch. 2 down. But this Twisters group, they've had a pretty good start. They're 16-10. Here's Jack Elliott. Down the line to third, throw to first, that'll end the inning. And we head to the Twister first. Joey Cantillo taking the mound for the Minnesota Northern Lights. He's came in 5 times this year. We'll look to get that ERA down. It's rough. It's Bobby Witt Jr.
Hey!
Four-steamer only won the count. To Bobby Witt Jr. He's their star. He is Bobby Witt Jr. 0-2.
No, that's out.
And that one just outside, 1-2, on that pitch from Cantillo.
That's down. That's a ball.
Yep. Counts 2-2. And a fly ball out towards right center field. This one carrying track when he's able to run it down. We're at number 1, just like that. Here's Alex Verdugo. So the former New York Yankee coming to the plate for the Twisters in the National Baseball League.
Hey! 0-1.
I believe it was a cup at some point. And the 0-1.
Nope, ball.
Just a bit too much on that slider. I want to work on some of his, like, I guess, command.
Nope, that's outside. Ball.
The 2-1. Oh, very low on that fastball. He ain't got it low. Harder like Newton.
Take your base, ball 4.
And just a bit too much. Ball 4. He'll walk. Surprisingly good crowd here coming on a Monday night. Well, it's probably like a Saturday in the ball game, but just pretend that's not the case. There's a building in right field, as you can see, similar to like in Petco Park for the San Diego Padres. And there's a short for the 1. Double play to end the inning. How about that? A double play to end the first. No runs, no hits. And we head to the second. Here's Kyle Schwarber. Swung and a miss on a sinker. He swung right above that sinker. Strike 1. Fouled off that splitter. 0-2.
Ball.
And the 1-2. Called strike 3. 1 down. First strikeout for Bryce Miller.
No, that missed.
Forcing fastball with 2-0.
That's high. That's a ball.
But behind that fastball, 3-0. Giving MacArthur on deck. And the pitch. 3-1 the count.
Front two. Count is full.
Four-seamer, strike 2 right on the upper inside corner.
That's ball 4. Take your base.
And then right after the ball for a walk. So, 1 on for Minnesota. I did like an experiment today. I tried like a little... There's a fly ball into right field. This one's going to drop down for a base hit. Wait a second, is he going to stop there? No, he'll go for third and he is safe. So there's runners on the corners for Minnesota. So I'm not able to get some power into that. Just enough to, and just the right place for drop down as well. Here's Gage Workman. Bit less than what I called it in. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
0-2.
And the 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Eyeballs in there. Oh, he didn't try to go to second. I thought he was going to, but he kept. Unless you were already gone, you probably wouldn't go to second unless the ball gets out of the like a home plate circle. So 1-2 to Workman. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That
Here's
missed.
Mike
That's a
Talkman.
ball. 1 ball, no
Nice ball
strikes.
1. And another one fouled off, 1-1. Mike Talkman with 6 RBIs in his last 7 games. So yeah, he's been one of the top. It's like almost like I guess he called the big three. The big 3.
2-1.
Dash Chisholm, Kyle Schwarber, and then Mike Talkman. That's it. What? And we have Looper in the right center field, and a running catch to retire the side, and we head to the bottom of the second. Here's Caleb Monroe.
Alright. Yeah.
And swung at us, so a circle change up, a really good circle change up. The way, the angle of it, just in the spin as well.
That's a ball.
And just a bit too far on the fastball. He had the same approach though with the fastball there too. That's why he does love to move across the plate. And a fly ball into left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And that one's going to skitter all the way to the brick wall. And Caleb Ramos slides in with a leadoff double. So how about that? Good way to get Texas started. Now Brian De La Cruz to the plate. We'll see if Texas can keep this going. And another base hit into left field. He's around third. In the throw home. It is late. And the Twisters take a 1-0 lead. RBI single for Brian De La Cruz. Oh yeah, he got just swung a bit late on that fastball. He gets enough of it to get down for a hit. Bring the runner from second home. 1-0 Twisters, and this crowd's excited. They came off a 6-3 win yesterday. So they got reason to be excited. Brandon Nimmo at the plate. That's their route number 1, just like that. Just having a drink of water. They're still cheering about that RBI single from Brian. Brian McMahon at the plate.
Hey, he's in there.
Called him safe. Tried to get Brian De La Cruz out, but that did not work. Another one to McMahon.
That's a ball.
Got him on the corner. 1-0. I'm gonna take a short break after this.
Ball, that's in.
Four-seamer 2-0. I'm gonna take a short break between this inning and the third. Down the line in the corner. That one's right between that was the wall and the. There was a small gap there. Minnesota, they're 11-16 up right now. There's a base hit down. That's gonna stay fair. No, they say it's foul. And it's 2-2. Bill looks at first. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. So McMahon goes down swinging, and there's 2 down. First K for Joey Cantillo. Here's Francisco Alvarez coming to the plate. Twisters with a 1-0 lead here. Bottom of the second. De La Cruz still on first. Strike one there to Francisco Alvarez. 18 RBIs. And so he's been pretty productive for this. There's a ground ball to second. Go to first. There isn't time, and we head to the third. So Brian De La Cruz makes it 1-0 with an RBI single. 1-0 Twisters. When I come out, they run out. I'll be working that stage to the sun out. I'm back. Sorry about that. As we head top of the third inning. Pico Armstrong at the plate. Lead off the Northern Lights third. Which their name comes from, like, the Aurora Borealis. They do have a connection to that. As there's a ground out of the third. Go to first. And Diaz makes the play for out number 1. There's Jazz Chisholm. And the star, he is like the star I highlighted. And the little, I just tried a little advertisement. 45 seconds, so didn't really much. Didn't really show any gameplay. Swinging a little bit. Runner, throw to first, 2 down. Northern Lights struggling here early on. And didn't just get a hamstring. Did it? I believe they got hits though. Yeah, they just have 1 hit so far. They're trailing 1-0. For Seamer 98. 0-1. Alright, pop up. Long run, but he shallow outfield and he makes the catch, so we head to the Twisters third. So here's Nick Ahmed. One thing about Texas, just from like a sports perspective, is that there are so many cities. I mean, if you're a sports person, you know what I'm talking about. Fly ball, right field, not deep enough, and Ahmed flies out to right for out number 1. Just like that. Here's the man, Bobby Witt Jr. 5 homers and 10 RBIs. He's looking to add to those numbers today. Batting average does need a bit of quite the work. Top fly, left center field, long running catch. Able to make it though, 2 down. It's Alex Verdugo. He walked his first time up. Definitely hoping for him to get out of his
ball. That's in.
Especially his batting average up. That's what he needs to work on, as well as probably just a bit more production offensively. So we're gonna miss 1-1. Pop up first base side. And there's the catch from, what's that? So we head to the 4th. Elliott made the catch. So Jack Elliott, he just made that catch in the last inning. And now he's up to bat. I'm thinking, yeah, it is a weird stint, but hey, he's getting hits, so Northern Lights, they're gonna keep him on theme like that. He's like leaning over. Like, almost when we're looking down at like something your little kid is doing. But it's working for him. 295 batting average.
That's a ball.
Hasn't got a hit today though. I don't know how he performed yesterday. 2-1. Gonna be a ground ball. And the right field line, 2-2.
Full count.
Barcelona at the top of the zone, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch. Got her at the top of the zone, and the count is full to Jack Elliott.
Take your base. Ball 4.
And they call the ball 4. And some fans here in Texas not too happy with that call. As here's Kyle Schwarber, so one on board for the Northern Lions. Kyle Schwarber at the plate.
Down. Ball.
This 2022 home run champion. He's been very solid for the Northern Lions. 295 batting average. Got that one off the end of the bat, and it's 101. And in Major League Baseball, he does have a career with the Philadelphia Liberty. And the 1-1 swing and a miss and a sinker, 1-2.
1 and 2.
On 2 strikes the count. Swing and a miss on a sweeper, and he struck out Kyle Schwarber. Third strikeout for Bryce Miller. See, just the form and that nasty pitch. Schwarber swings and misses. He did swing a bit early, but part of what the spin rate can do, it can fool your perception of when or where that baseball is coming from. There's Josh Dunn. And down the line, they're going to say it's a foul ball. And so, it's kind of been that Minnesota, their entire sports history, I could talk about, it's interesting. Is Josh Dunn a walk after a hit by pitch? Still on for the Northern Lions. Here's David MacArthur. Minnesota's, I can talk about Minnesota sports history. It's interesting. Because there's been, nobody's really been that good, like, ever. Nobody has been.
No,
Northern Lions, they're just not, they're not great either, to be honest. 11 and 16, they're sitting out right now. They played one more game than Texas. And fouled off into the corner at 1-1. Play again tomorrow to close this series out. Twisters beat the Northern Lights 6-3 yesterday. High fly ball. This one carrying. Track 1. He's going to make the catch running the warning track. And there's going to be a long throw to third base, keeping the runners at first and second so they stay in place. Here's Gage Workman for the Northern Lights. He struck out his first time. One another thing to talk about is the Texas Twisters name. That comes from the fact that Texas, it's right in Tornado Alley. So, because they go with the state name instead of the city name. Minnesota does too. They don't. There's no single Minnesota major sports team that they use the city name. The Vikings, Twins, well, technically Northern Lights, but it's the custom league. Ran out Mike Talkman on deck for the Northern Lights. Well, Bryce Miller, I'm trying to avoid loading the bases here because that's what ball 4 will do. Bryce Miller got him, strike 1. Needs 2 strikes to get out of this. Called strike, he got lucky. That probably should have been a ball, but they got the strike call, the 3-2. Going to a fly ball. Is he going to get there? No, he won't. Let's go drop down for a base hit. 1 run will score, and that will tie the game. And there's runners on the corners. And Gage Workman's got himself an RBI single. Something just enough. Somehow it got down. And The game is tied at 1. Mike Tuckman at the plate. Taps a foul. Swung a bit early on it. Strike 1. 2 for 4, and yeah, it was 2 for 4 yesterday. And the 6-3 loss for the Northern Lights. Runners in the corners. Fly ball. And they'll make the catch. So we head. Twisters 4. So Gage Workman with an RBI single. And the game's tied at 1. Here's Yandy Diaz. Oh for 1 the count. Down the line. Strike 1. There was 1 for yesterday. We did have a home run yesterday for Texas. That one foul. I'm thinking because a couple days they'll be showing the Twisters a second time on the road against the rival the Houston Cosmos. There's our number 1 in a wild pitch. As Diaz struck out. Let's go Monroe.
That missed. That's a ball.
That one's just low for ball 1. I did a good job recognizing the angle of that fastball. And you don't just gotta recognize the pitch, you gotta recognize where it's going. Because, look, an example. I throw a fastball at you. Let's say I'm a pitcher. I throw a and you're the batter. I throw a fastball at you. Circle change up 2-1. You can say, hey, they throw a fastball, and you can think, oh, that's a fastball, but that's not all you gotta guess. That's not all. You also have to guess the angle of the fastball. It's a moonshot foul, and it's 2-2. So that fastball, you don't gotta just get, oh, it's a fastball. So that you're not gonna hit it just by knowing that. You also have to tell how fast. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Monroe retired. 2 down. 4K for Cantillo. Brian De La Cruz. Designated hitter, or the DH. He's 5th in the batting order.
Ball.
2 o'clock, 1-0. I think there's fans on the... Yeah, there's fans on the roof. It is similar to... that's down the third base line for a base hit. And the inning continues as Brian De La Cruz is going for 2 now. He'll stay on first. So the inning continues. Here is Brandon Nimmo. And that'll drop for a base hit. That's going to get past him. Oh, it's all the way to the wall. He's going to go for 3rd. Yes, he was. He will try for home. And the throw to the plate is late. 2-1 Texas. RBI double for Brandon Nimmo. His 5th double in the air. Right past him. Bad mistake. What can you do? Oh, I got angles. He can really... Yeah, he gets it right in that sweet spot. Doesn't necessarily get a lot of power on it, but... misread diving play. And the Twisters have regained the lead. It's 2-1. Northern Lights have not led in this contest so far. Trailing to Texas 2-1. They're struggling to get out of this inning. Second inning in the pitch. Four-seamer for strike 1 in that. So the Twisters. I was talking about the fastball. Before that, I was talking about the Twisters' name. Fly ball to center. Not gonna get deep enough. And the catch only head to the fifth. Brennan Nemo with an RBI double. And the Twisters have a 2-1 lead. Here's Speaker Armstrong. PCA for short.
No balls.
9 RBIs in the last 9 games, so pretty solid. Just don't want to work on that batting average.
That's the ball down.
The batting average does matter. It does matter. No, I don't care what people tell you. This is gonna be my opinion. It matters.
No, that's low.
I tried the backdoor sweeper just a bit too low. Didn't work for Miller. Got a foul. It's 2-2. Minnesota is one of 2 National Baseball League teams, or NBL teams, that does not have a white home jersey. They have it's that green you see. Like almost Aurora Borealis green. That's what the name is based on, the Aurora Borealis. Alright, pop up. Third base side. And there's the catch by Ryan McMahon for route number 1. There's Jazz Chisholm Jr. for the Northern Lights. Top of the 5th inning. And the first pitch. 24 hits this season so far for Jazz Chisholm. It's the second most on the team. My guess is that's right behind either Kyle Schwarber or Mike Tauchman, because I mean, I am kind of surprised how good Mike Tauchman's been for this Northern Lights squad.
That's the ball.
Yeah, that's a good word, squad. I don't really hear the word squad. I hear club or team more when you think sport. When I hear squad, I think esports. The squad. Got 2-2. Got him with that sink on the lower outside corner. Strike the ring. Chisholm retired. 4th K for Bryce Miller. Here comes Garrett Hampson, top of the 5th. 2 down.
That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
So a ball and no strikes here. First pitch lead 2-1. Hampson's had an 8-year career with 4 MLB teams. Might be 3 if that counts this team, because the way this works is it's MLB rebranded. But you can't remember the minors. I am thinking about having like a code name for each minor league team that would be posted in the community tab, and I just refer to that team as that during broadcast in case I would want to. I don't know that I'll do it though. And the 2-2 pitch. Gonna pitch the right one that's gonna get through for a base hit, and Hampson's aboard with 2 down. He's got himself a 5th inning 2-out single against Texas. Jack Ellie to the plate. 0 for 1 today. And strike 1, and he was. Looks like he swung a bit early, just by me eyeballing it. Fly ball to center. And the catch only had the Twister 5th. Twisters lead 2-1. We're to the bottom of the 5th inning. coming to play is Francisco Alvarez. The Twister to get set.
No, ball.
And I'm on the Texas Twisters.
1-0.
Unlike the Rangers in Major League Baseball, they're based in Dallas, not
Tag.
Arlington.
Ball.
Forcing me
2
outside.
balls, 1 strike.
The 2-1. Forcing him to the top of the zones.
2-2.
Strictly gone. Francisco Alvarez is retired. 4th K for Joey Cantillo. Here's Nick Ahmed. Something unique. It goes more of a Houston thing. I might talk about this more in the Houston, Texas game on Thursday. No, Wednesday. On Wednesday, I might talk a bit more about this. But the first ever baseball in Texas, in the whole state, was formed in 1861, shortly before, right around the Civil War. I think isn't that the same year? There's a fly ball, but it's going to hook foul into the corner, 1-2. Actually, they played in Galveston as well, around the same time, maybe a little bit before.
Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, and they got him. 2 down. Nick Ahmed retired. 5th K for Joey Cantillo. Here's Bobby Witt Jr.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Oh, that one is absolutely smashed. Down the line, it is gone! Bobby Witt Jr. A solo bomb. And the Twisters extend the lead. That's 3-1. His 6th home run this year. Look at that thing, absolute. Yeah, just goodbye. Not coming. That was into the 3rd deck. 3rd deck. Wilson fouled off 0-1 from Rodrigo. The thing with this, it's even more. The structure of the stadium is just weird. I think the Edmonton Eagles Stadium, Bald Eagle Stadium, something along those lines. They're running towards short and throw it to the back from Chisholm, and that retires aside and head to the 4th. Bobby Witt Jr. solo bomb makes it 3-1. Sailors on an 8-game winning streak. Garrett Cole with 13 Ks. Doesn't allow a single run against the Oakland Ocean. I did cover that. That was Boltzmann with his 1200th career RBI. How about that? For the Portland Anchors between Major League Baseball and the National Baseball League. Kyle Schwarber at the plate. Top of the 6th.
Ball.
And there's ball 1. Josh Hader and Vinco warming up.
Ball.
For ball 2. Yeah, you can see 4 decks. It's even more crazy than Busch Stadium, which that's three or yeah, just the structural insanity of this. I mean, Bald Eagle Stadium is pretty similar for the Edmonton Eagles in this league. A very similar stadium. Not exact, but pretty close. The third walk allowed today for Bryce Miller. And Schwarber is aboard. He's the only duck in the pond right now. There's Josh Dunn. Nobody out. After the leadoff walk from Kyle Schwarber. I almost said Bryce Harper, but and this league is in New York. He's on the Knights. The New York Knights. The New York Sailors have won 8 straight games, so that are they the Albuquerque Aliens of the East? I don't know, because the Aliens, they're on a tear right now. I mean, they're coming off a big loss in the opener against the Edmonton Eagles yesterday. But they won on an 11-game winning streak, and then they won like probably 14 of 16, some ridiculous number. They're top of the Southwest Division.
That missed. That's a ball.
And the counts 1 and 2. So Josh Dunn. Now 1-2. Tapper towards second. There's one. Throw to first. Hit time. Double play. 4-6-3. Double play. For Bobby Witt Jr. and the Texas Twisters. Bobby Witt Jr. Takes that one up and a quick throw to first for the double play. Player fouled off. 0-1. Minnesota, then offensively, the Bats just have not been treating them well. The 0-1. Got a piece of it. 0-2. Pitch number 90 for Bryce Miller.
That's a
And a
ball.
four-seamer for ball 1. Angled outside, not a great angle on that fastball. If you're gonna angle, you gotta aim it accordingly. Wow, that one's gonna go into this. They're trying to get it, but no. Unable to get there. Counts 1 and 2 to David MacArthur. And the pitch.
2-2.
Slider is 2 and 2. Get a piece of it towards first, run to the bag. And then on the inning, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. Over 90 pitches for Bryce Miller. So Bryce Miller taking the mound for the Northern Lights. 13 games so far this year. And some fantastic stats. 1.56 ERA. And the leadoff with Yandy Diaz. Forcing with a trip today in there, stroke 1.
Ball. That's down.
That ball got down. So Twister, they're only 3-1. From here on out, the main focus would be their pitching. They're pretty good so far. Just a 1 run allowed from Bryce Miller. I can't imagine him. I can't see him going past the 7th inning. I don't even know if he'll start the 7th, but we will see. Alright, pop up. And the catch for number 1. And the Minnesota catcher, David MacArthur. Here's Caleb Monroe. Definitely gonna run and score. Yawning, apparently.
That's up. That's
Texas,
a ball.
let's go Texas. To go back to some Texas stuff. Texas also had minor league baseball. Yeah, they had their own. They had the Texas League, which they got a team in Austin, Belmont, Claiborne, Corsicana, Dallas, Fort Worth, Galveston, Greenville, Houston, Paris, San Antonio, Sherman. And that one's into the corner, foul. So yeah, they had. Was at Paris, San Antonio, Austin, Belmont, Claiborne, Corsicana, Dallas, Fort Worth, Galveston, Greenville, Paris, San Antonio, Sherman, Temple, Texarkana, and Waco. That's every city in a row. Yeah. It's currently the fly ball in 22. So right now, Texas League is presently and there's that one's gonna get down for a base. Sam Monroe's got himself a 1-out single for the Texas Twisters. And here comes Brian De La Cruz.
Nope, ball.
Four seamer for ball 1. So I pop up. The base side and 2 down. So here's Brandon Nimmo. Throwback. Second is safe. So the Texas League, that's double A. Not all the teams play there, but both the Texas-based teams, the Astros and the Texas Rangers, both their minor league teams are based in Texas, the Corpus Christi Hooks and the Frisco Rough Riders. There's the Negro American League as well. Central Baseball League, American Association, yeah, long list. Arkansas State League. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, this is I'm just reading through just to see what I can find.
3-1.
I don't necessarily have all this stuff memorized. Or I know it all, but I do know some of it.
Tag 2.
And one thing that's kind of a staple, college sports, especially college football.
Tag.
Strike 3 call to Brandon Nimmo as he's retiring. We head to the 7th. 3-1 Twisters. Josh Hader coming in for the Texas Twisters. He's came in dead Samus already this year. 4.5 ERA. He's gonna 2-0 record. Let's see how he'll do today as he faces Gage Workman and the Northern Lights. So Gage Workman to start off. What the heck? Let's see, what is in my backyard? Well, it's not actually in my backyard. But in the distance, there's what is that my first guess is that's a cloud, but it almost appears to have like a teal. What the? That is odd. Fouled off. 0-2. It seems to be dying down. I think it's a cloud. It's really hard. Swing and a miss, strike three. Gage Workman goes down swinging. First K for Josh Hader. Josh Hader is actually in Major League Baseball. Josh Hader is
0-1.
one of the top relievers for the Houston Astros. Speaking of Houston, we'll be showing the Cosmos and the Twisters in Houston on Wednesday. 0-1. And down the right field line. So run after him, make the catch right on the foul line for out number 2. The PCA, one of the more productive position players on this team offensively. I mean, in Major League Baseball, he's been tearing it up with the Chicago Cubs.
1-1.
And one way high. And nobody fouled off. 1 and 2. One thing about the Cubs, I brought them up. The Cubs they used to be called the Orphans. Yeah, that was a thing. Strike three called on a slider at the top of the upper outside corner, and we had the Twister 7. Brock Stewart going to take them out as he's coming in as a reliever with the Northern Lights. Here in the 7th, he's skimming 10 times already this season, 3.65 ERA, so some good numbers. As he faces Ryan McMahon to start off.
Ball, that's up. Ball,
The Cubs were actually the Orphans. But as far as Texas goes, kind of that one's behind home plate. And the catch. 1 down from David MacArthur. There's Francisco Alvarez. He's catching for the Twisters. And Twisters, they're generally one of the better teams to start the NBL because they're 16-10. But they've had ups and downs. There you could see the Ford X of the. Yes, it is architecturally complete madness. I went through the count, and it's not. There's a similar one in Edmonton, as I said earlier. Very similar. And it's gonna get through for a base hit. Alvarez with a 1-out single in the 7th. So he's aboard. Common hasn't got a hit so far today. Swung a bit early on that sweeper. He swung under it as well. 0-1. And gotta learn to adjust for off-speed pitches because you expect a fastball, but when they change things up, pun intended. Yeah. You gotta learn to adjust to that. You gotta be running. I've heard. Got him with a sweep around the corner. They call that strike 3. And I understand why fans aren't happy with that call. I don't know. They're all decent sweepers. And then that sweeper that's at the bottom of the zone, it's around the corner. I don't know that that's a strike. I don't know. I mean, I want you to go. That cloud is still over there.
That's a ball.
I'm looking out my window, I can see the cloud. The game, it is, I think it's like a Saturday inside the game. So that's why it's daytime. It's starting to have a certain look to it. I start thinking of that one's right above the Minnesota dugout. And the count's 1-1. Hopefully my ad did something. I want to know. Maybe somebody got, since it was 45 minutes late. Just because of my life. And me not being prepared. Combination of things. 2-1 to Bobby Wood Jr. Sweeper fouled off. Got 2-2 to... Of course, they were at the top of the zone. He struck out Bobby Wood Jr. And we're going to the 8th. So they're bringing Kevin Ginkel to the Texas Twisters. In the lead off. Josh Chisholm leading off the 8th. Northern Lights trailing by 2. Need a bit of a... They struggled offensively throughout pretty most of this ball game. And they've been able to shut down Jazz Chisholm. That's been impressive. The 0-2 fouled off. I can't wait for the day that I actually see Jazz Chisholm in like Yankee navy blue for the New York Yankees. I would love to see that. On dribbles foul. The 2 from Ginkel. Oh, that one bounced in the dirt. He had 22,000 in attendance. Swing and a miss. He got him. Oh, 0 for 4 for Jazz Chisholm today. How about that? No pitcher in this game has allowed Jazz Chisholm to get a hit. 0 for 4. Between Bryce Miller, Josh Hader, and Kevin Ginkel.
0-1.
Jerry Hampson at the play, the Minnesota shortstop. Usually Jazz Chisholm plays short, but apparently, at least in this ball game, I don't know. He's doing it. That's like a year. I haven't checked about it. And the 0-2. Fouled off right there. The one imperfect thing is the seats aren't perfectly aligned, so there is this weird, almost dead space. That's the only thing with us.
That's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I just yawned. The 1-2.
That's a ball.
That one
2-2.
in the dirt. good job to make sure it doesn't. Well, yeah, if you're on base, you can't run. So you have to make contact first. The 2-2 pitch. So let me a tapper. First base, he is able to get it for out number 2. Gary Hampson's retired. Here's the Minnesota first baseman, Jack Elliott. He's been really good. And that one is going to drop down for a base hit. And he's got himself a 2-out single here in the 8th. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. And it's a 11-game hitting streak for Elliott as well. How about that? People trying to get out shoulder 2. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
0-2.
So he's already got Dennis Chisholm out. We're going to get Schwarber. Or see him fouled off. One on, 2 down. Go 2 to Kyle Schwarber.
Ball.
Slider. Did
1-2.
too much movement on that slider. Something you kind of got to play around, like in the bullpen. You can play around with that slider. Swing and a miss. He got Schwarber as well. Into the bottom of the 8th. How about that? For Kevin Ginkel. So Tyler Matzek coming in for the Minnesota Northern Lights. He's came in 14 times this year. A 1.17 ERA. And he's having a good sample size too. Here's Alex Verdugo. We've got to play his slider 1-0. So Verdugo, formerly a Yankee, pretty good, but right now his batting average is seeming to struggle a bit. 188. And that drips below 170. And he's already really close to danger to it. Swing and a miss, got him, 1 down. First K for Matzek. Here's Yandy Diaz.
Ball.
And one thing that's first, they've been able to do this without Diaz. Rodriguez and Miller warming up to the Minnesota bullpen. A 1-ball pitch. Oh, he hit that one pretty well, but it's foul. One, get a piece of that one. And the shallow right field, and there's 2 down as Diaz has retired. He struggled today. 0 for 4. He's Caleb Monroe 2 for 3 today with a double, single, and a run scored. The Twisters. And Texas-Houston game on Wednesday. That'll be an exciting one. Slider 0-2. Go to the Monroe. Swing and a miss, and he got him on the slider, and we head to the 9th. Twisters looking to close it out. We're going to the 9th inning. Blake Smith came in 12 times this year, is coming in to close it out for the Twisters. And he's going to look to do they are down in and coming into it. I believe it's just. I don't know the exact criteria for a safe situation.
1-0.
Yeah, he's coming into a safe situation because that's when you're winning by coming into a game looking at, as a closer, looking to get the save. He's looking to get the save here.
1-1.
1-1 the count to Josh Dunn.
Ball.
Forcing him to on the lower outside edge. You can kind of see the madness of the stadium. So 2-1. One rounded towards second they're on the Diaz, 1 down. So the Northern Lights with two outs remaining. Here's the catcher, David MacArthur. He got some pretty good muscle on his arms. Not to get too weird and detailed. Oh, he's got a green toenail. That was from St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, I'm not, I'm not doing that. Or Saber got him 0-2.
Ball. That's high.
That's for upstairs in 96. Twisters look. If Twisters win this ball game, they win the series. Swing, diving play, blocked. A base hit, run to the bag. It is not in time. David MacArthur wins the race, and he's safe. Sign we're at the play for the Northern Lights. Gage Workman, 1 for 3 today so far. Fly ball, but it's foul. Into the seats. Go on.
Outside. That's a ball.
Splitter outside for ball 1 to even the count. Got about splitter, 1-2.
1-2 is the count.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. 2 down, and the Northern Lights down to their final out. A really good angle off that pitch from Kate Smith. Look at that Gage Workman. Here's Mike Talkman. So Talkman. Talkman. I want to say Talkman. Talkman. So Mike Talkman. Yeah, they've been able to shut him down in this ball game. Hasn't got a hit today. Got off 0-2. So all 3 members of the Big 3 being shut down today. Talkman, Schwarber, and Chisholm. Looking like that ball gets in the net. Throw to first. That will end the ball game. Twisters win it 3-1. The Texas Twisters win the ball game 3-1. And they win the series against the Northern Lights. They're looking for the sweep tomorrow. Bryson with the win. Cantillo the loss. Pete Smith coming in to get the save. Twisters win 3-1. And it's the 17th win of the year for Texas. Sometimes we gotta see you. Goodbye. That's the ball game. 75 minutes.